I can't play the guitar.
Hey everybody, Wednesday, 20th,
That's 5/20/2020. Thanks for joining us for Meet Us for a Drink with me, Heather, and Keri, that's her, streaming live every Wednesday at 5:30 via Facebook Live on the Meet Us for a Drink Facebook page. Every week we invite a guest to join us for a drink, the way you talk with your friends. We're going to chat about current things, catch up, get to know our guests better, drink a little, drink a lot. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And you're welcome to post comments and we'll try to address those as we go. And hey, Keri, how's it going?
Pretty good, Heather. Good to see you on this lovely Wednesday. Gosh, another week has gone by and here we are meeting for a drink again. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you say we're meeting more or less for drinks than we used to?
I think we're meeting more right now because the days feel like they're 70 hours long. And so, yeah, plus we have a standing date, which we haven't been able to do in a while.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think it's great. I love it. I love that we get to see each other this often. And, you know, we still have fun things to talk about, which is very cool.
You know, what I was noticing when I was getting ready for tonight is, you know how the holiday seasons come, and I do a little bit of, entertaining here and there, not as much as I used to, but you end up with a lot of bottles of wine.
Yes, for sure.
Various things from all of those like hostess gifts and various things like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm almost out of all those.
Oh my gosh, wow. Well, now would be the time that we're starting to have more summer gatherings, right? Because, and we haven't had a chance to have any of those. And so I think that this time of year is when we start to replenish our wine supply with rosés and Chardonnays because the weather has changed. It's funny, as a candle maker, I notice those trends because we get more bottles donated to us of Merlots and Cabernets in the colder months and in the winter months. And then this time of year, we start to see a lot more rosés and Chardonnays and Pinot Grigios, and because everyone's starting to day drink. So, yeah.
It's true. Have you, much like this, and there's a lot of virtual things going on and virtual happy hours and virtual Zooms. And one of the things, speaking of day drinking, that I've done is done the Jules Hamburger Mary's Sunday brunch. Jules has been doing it from her home, and that's been really fun. It's, I think it's at noon every Sunday, and that's just, it's not the same as being at Hamburger Mary's, I'm not going to lie, but it's a whole different kind of thing. And like this, you can be interactive and, I don't know, it feels like you're there.
That's so cool.
Without your ears bleeding from the loud music.
So there's an upside and a downside to it. I get it. Yeah. I have seen a lot of posts, and I think that Jules is getting a lot of people tuning in. I'm seeing posts about it all the time, and it's awesome. I haven't had a chance to tune into it yet, only because we're moving and moving the shop and just constantly running around and stuff. So I have a lot of lame excuses for missing it, but it looks amazing. It looks like a lot of fun for sure. Yeah. And I've got a Zoom. I think that everyone's scheduling kind of Zoom happy hours. And so, which is nice. I think, there's a reason to put some makeup on sometimes. I was trying to get ready for this, and I thought, I'd actually put some makeup on. I did a pretty good job this week now that I've practiced once or twice. The first couple of shows we did, I was putting mascara on, and I felt like I was stabbing myself in the eyes because I hadn't been putting any makeup on. So now I'm winning.
Every time we meet, I end up laughing enough and putting too much makeup on that my eye starts watering and I'm like leaving the screen and all my makeup's running, and it doesn't seem like you can see it very well from, so like if I'm way back here, maybe I shouldn't worry about it too much.
I say don't worry about it. We could always dim the lights and, call it a night too. So don't worry. Your glasses are so stinking cute. And just PS, they match your earrings. That is, style, mama, right there. That's great. I love it.
Thank you. It's nice to have a reason to break them out.
It's so true. Look, see, Dan noticed too. Dan O'Brien was like, I love your glasses, Heather. Yeah, they look great.
I love them too. And but I don't wear them as much out in public because it's a lot.
Yeah.
So
is it?
I don't know, maybe not.
I don't think so. I think it's solid. I like it. Yeah, looking good.
My hair is, getting very faded, but my hairdresser actually made me a home coloring kit. So I didn't have time to do it this week, but I plan on doing it for next week. So we'll see how it goes,
So we should do a screenshot of our crown, our silver tiara.
I did like a slight root fix-up cheat that we don't want to tell about.
Okay.
Tell Keri. Shout out to Keri Quimby.
Right. Moving right along then.
By the way, we have a brand new segment. That I'm trying to get this guest on, but I keep seeing it go away. She was there for a second, and we'll see if we can get her back. So I'll wait to. Did I get the specs from Dame Edna? No, Matt, I didn't get them from Dame Edna. But I see that Matt just commented. He's telling me that he did something that I did on Sunday. So, Keri,
what is it that you did on Sunday, Heather?
Well, there are all these new, I don't know if you noticed, and maybe you're too young, but it's the 1970s again.
What? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm way too young. I'm way too young to get that reference, Heather.
It's very relaxed.
Oh,
and it's just it's just, I don't know. It's just a whole different kind of mellow, just do what you want kind of thing. Like I used to play ditch 'em in the neighborhood with my, my neighborhood friends at night, running around the block, screaming at the top of our lungs, hiding in people's bushes. I can't even imagine today we'd probably get.
Sure, for sure. Yeah.
I think that did happen one time. I remember that one of the homeowners, allegedly, I didn't see it, was on the roof with a gun.
Like a real gun or a BB gun?
Get off of my lawn kind of thing.
That's where that all started, was like from that guy, get off my lawn.
But I mean, it was so much fun to do all that stuff. And being a kid back then had a certain level of freedom.
Well, I will say this, we are not that far apart in age. And so I do remember the freedoms of the 70s and cruising around, on the street. We didn't live on a cul-de-sac, but we did live on a really long street that had a park at the end of the street. And all of us kids on the street would ride our bikes up and down the street and go down to the park and play. And then it was a classic, like, be home when the lights come, when the sun goes down and the street lights come on, and you would hear moms outside, yelling down the street, full names, Keri Lynn, get inside, that's when you knew it was time, no more messing around. So yeah, I remember that. We used to do water balloon fights on our street with all the kids. And that was like a big thing. It was just buckets and buckets of water balloons. And then the older boys would always just there was no mercy from the older boys on the street to the younger girls. There was about a 3 to 4 year age difference between a lot of the kids. And so the older boys would just bean us really hard with water balloons. And then it was just a water balloon massacre, by the end of the day. But that was fun. I don't know. Do kids still do that?
Sunday, I saw other people and they were drinking beer outside. I'm not gonna say where, but a lot of the bars and restaurants, I guess only restaurants, not really too many just bars, I don't think, but some bars are serving cocktails to go and beer to go. And I noticed that this one particular place, you could get a draft pour, a beer, like a pint of something, and go and, I guess once you left, you were kind of, buyer beware, and
Sure. They were trusting. They were trusting.
Not legal, but it was so fucking fantastic to just be out close to the beach. And, there were some people there that were playing some reggae, and it was really cool. The po-po came.
Sure.
And they just walked around and reminded everyone that drinking in public is not legal. But then, they kind of moved on, and it wasn't too crazy. The thing is it wasn't like a normal Sunday. There probably was half as many people as there might be, or less than that.
Right.
Then if it had been pre-COVID, because there's not that many people out. But there were, and everybody was kind of in their little group. So whatever group of friends or household or whatever came together, they were together. And then there was a good enough distance, I'd say, between each group. So that was really fun. I mean, I've never been to New Orleans. The closest thing I've had is, Vegas, frankly, where you can take your glass out. You can just get a thing from the bar,
right,
and walk out.
Yeah. I have been to New Orleans, and that's what it sounded like, as you were describing it. I was getting a little nostalgic for walking through the French Quarter with a drink in hand and, just enjoying some jazz music off in the corner or something like that. And gosh, it sounds like an amazing time. There may have been a chance that I saw a video that you put up that was documenting a minute of that experience. Yeah, no, it looked awesome. I mean, when you were talking about it, all I can think about is just people grooving down the boardwalk on their roller skates, right? Just jamming along, having a grand time, sipping on a beer. The sun's out. I want that back.
In fact, the location that I was at when I was a kid, I remember being there, and it was a place where I was standing was a place where lots of people roller skated.
Nice.
Did all the dancing on their skates with the boombox, it was,
yeah.
I mean, it's stuck because it was so fantastic to watch. It was so cool. I could never do it. I mean,
I do want
skating.
I was actually good at skating, and I made a note to myself a week or two ago that I need to grab up a new pair of roller skates and get, elbow pads and a helmet and stuff, because I'll probably fall on my ass and break something. But I do miss roller skating for sure. I could do it. I get my roller skating jam on. Yeah. Throw on some of our intro music.
If I go backwards, I'm still doing that weird backup thing where you're ooh. Have you ever been skiing? I mean, I really haven't been skiing, maybe a couple times.
I've never been skiing. Yeah. And grew up in Southern California and have never been skiing or snowboarding, actually. I mean, neither of the snow things.
Have you been in the snow?
I have been in the snow, yes. I've made it to the snow. But I grew up at the beach, and I was much more of jumping in the water, ditching school. And I think we covered this last week, right? My ditching school. My penchant for ditching school. Sorry, Mom. But she knew, whatever. So yeah, we were just at the beach and in the water a lot. I don't know why I never made it up to the mountains, but I lived a sheltered life. Wait, no, not really. One of these days. It's never really been on my list of things to do. So.
All right. Well, we were going to introduce a brand new segment that we, unfortunately, technical difficulties. Look, I don't have a producer sitting next to me. I don't have a Baba Booey or a King of Mexico.
Oh, Dave, we need a King of Mexico.
Producer's name on Frosty, Heidi, and Frank. I don't have one of those. So, but Barkeep Champagne Via di Roma actually made us cocktails ahead of time, and we were going to have her come on and make a drink for us and make it for you guys. So what we'll do is I will film a video with champagne, and we'll post it in our page this week. In the meanwhile, let's show off what she made for us, because they're really beautiful.
They're so pretty. Look at this. Oh, my garnish just dumped into my glass because it was too big.
I had to dig it out.
Yeah, I know, right? But look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to tell you what it is. It is a raspberry French 75, speaking of New Orleans.
Ooh.
So it's 1.5 ounce gin, 1 ounce of raspberry syrup, 0.75 ounce lemon juice, and dry cava. I don't know what the hell dry cava is. We'll have to find out.
It's the mystery ingredient.
Ice, double strain it, and then you put it in the glass, and then there's a champagne float, and then it's garnished with a lime, a lemon, and a raspberry.
It's gorgeous. I'm taking a sip right now. I'm holding my garnish in place and taking a sip.
Here, I'm going to do the same.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is tasty. Oh, that's tasty.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze all the juice in and then dump the garnish. Oh,
it is not wet cava. I don't know what yeah, well, duh. If it's dry cava, it's not wet cava.
Good job, Heather.
Hey, Dave Clark made the joke, not me.
It's not wet cava. Hey, Rob Smith, Alley Cat Deliveries, hooked me up with a delivery from our bar last night. Thank you, Alley Cat. Didn't have to leave the house. Was super stoked. So that was good.
Is Alley Cat going to be next week?
Pretty sure. We're working on that. Robert Smith from Alley Cat Deliveries. We're going to chat soon. Yeah, we'll have to figure out our bartender. Well, hopefully Champagne can join us next week, or we'll get her back at some point for sure. But gosh, this is a tasty beverage, let me tell you, and I definitely want to get the recipe for it so that I can enjoy it again and again and again.
So Keri, you've been going for walks regularly, right?
Gosh, I try. I mean, regular, that's kind of a strong word, but yeah, sure.
Because I went for a walk this week, and I have not been going for walks.
Okay.
And it seemed like it was a lot more effort than it should be to go the little distance I did, because I'm calling it the COVID-19. I think I might have, maybe not quite 19.
Well,
but
I think they're calling it the COVID-19, and you might be calling it the COVID-20, maybe. But I hear what you're talking about for sure. You find I'm spending a lot of time on the computer. And so sometimes when I get up from the computer, that is a little more painful than I want it to be. And then looking off in the distance takes my eyes like an extra minute to focus far away. I'm like, what am I breaking my eyeballs, being on the computer too much? But yeah, walks on a fairly regular basis are my saving grace, especially when I get stuck trying to accomplish a work task and I can't seem to figure out how to make it work. If I go for a walk, it clears my head. And I know it's super cliche to say that, but it does work. Like a dose of sunshine and fresh air and moving your body, it works. And then I feel like, cool, now I can drink. I mean, get back to work. Because I worked out. Yeah.
How's work been going?
How's work been going?
Yeah.
I'm still making candles. I'm a candle maker. So that's what I'm doing, is making candles. And we're transitioning everything back home. So my apartment is filled to the brim with candle supplies and all that stuff. And a lot of people are shopping online, which is great. So next on my list is make some changes to my website, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with over at Made by Millworks, right? Because I think everyone's kind of in this. Not everyone. I think that people who are running retail stores or who are handmade crafters and makers are going through this whole time when we're trying to figure out, what the hell am I doing, and what does my website look like, and how do I get stuff on my website so that people can buy it? And it's a hard thing to do. And I was lucky to have an established website. So I've had to just make some tweaks, and I still need to make more. I'm constantly making tweaks to my website, but I'm staying busy, and that's a good thing. People are home and they're burning candles because they realize how stinky their kids are or their dog is or whatever. And so, it works out for me. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? Are you guys working on the website over there? Have you making any changes? Oh,
Yeah,
thanks, Dan.
I think like online shopping in general is up like 70% in general, like for probably all retail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Trying to find supplies for shipping has become a little bit more challenging because everybody's out of packing material because everyone is doing online shipping, and then there's no more guarantees for online delivery times. UPS and USPS are like, we'll get it when we can. We'll get it there when we can. There's no more guarantees. So yeah. I think as long as everyone's patient and like we're all in this, same boat of ordering stuff, and you think it's going to be there tomorrow, and then you get a notice that it's not going to be there, for 3 days. We're just kind of used to it.
Right.
And so, that's better. And I think I hope that it's an overall shift in things where, people are a little bit more flexible with their buying habits. And as someone who does craft shows and art shows, I don't know when those are going to come back. And I don't know how comfortable people are going to be, perusing through, a big craft event or, an outdoor, even if it's an outdoor event. I certainly hope that people are going to get more comfortable as time goes by. But, I've had to pivot my business. And
what do you think about all this like street initiative the mayor's talking about, like opening up the streets? And I mean, could you imagine like Retro Row being like closed to cars and there's tables out there? It sounds fabulous.
I think it sounds amazing. I'm like, oh, I need to get my bicycle tuned up because that's going to be the best mode of transportation, and I think it's great to be able to like sit down in front of a space and, have tables in the street and sit down and enjoy a drink or, a baguette or whatever, like a slice of pizza, on the
very
street.
European, actually, like all of the,
yeah,
they have like town squares and all that. Like it'd be great if we had more basically promenades in general.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. I think a lot of big cities have been kind of transitioning into the promenade model lately. I mean, I know that like Santa Monica's got their promenade, there's tons of different promenade areas that have been closed off to cars and are much more pedestrian friendly, bike friendly. And I think it's really cool. I think that it just gets people to calm the fuck down a little bit, right? Like slow your roll, calm down, like do a thing in a more mellow way. So I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's good for everybody.
And are you kind of feeling like I am, where I'm kind of like not wanting to talk about all of the, how we get in and out of our homes and all of the COVID stuff? I'm kind of, I posted this week actually that it was like, because we've been home now for not home, completely. I've been going to work a little bit and, doing errands and stuff like that. And apparently outdoor drinking.
Right. Awesome.
Look, I was socially distant and I had my face covering on. So I was following all of the rules except for the drinking part. Look, they sold it to me, Keri, with no lid. And was I going to put a full drink like sloshing in my car?
No, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
So they ended up putting like Slurpee lids on them.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Like snow cone lids. But I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's not, you just do the best you can with what you got, right?
And I don't know if I would think that people have noticed this, but for being a beach city, we really only have 2 food drinking establishments on the beach, which is Claire's and BBC.
Okay.
They're not on the sand. They're like, Claire's at the museum is up on the bluff and the BBC is above like the footing of the pier. Besides that, you have Shoreline Village or the other shopping village, which I don't know what it's called right now. marinas. I don't know. You know where like shit.
I don't know. I'm no fucking good at that
The
stuff
boathouse
either.
on the bay is.
Boathouse on the Bay. Yeah, I don't know what that's called. I always just call it like the other side of Shoreline Village.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone who's watching can help us. Anyone? Oh, look at Lori Angel. Yeah, that's what traveling coffee mugs are for. Oh, for
You
sure.
mean roadies. Get the
Roadies.
window, Lori. They're called roadies because it's
Roadies.
taking it on the road.
Yeah.
Keri, we're going to try adding our guest, although I'm looking like she's not going to be able to. Let's try introducing. So you do the introduction, and we'll see if we can at least get her on audio if we can't get her on video.
Cool. I know it's weird that we've had so many like techie glitchies today, but we'll get it worked out. It'll be fine for sure. Just bear with us, people. We're making it work over here.
Yeah.
So, joining us for a drink this week is our friend Crystal Ortiz. Crystal is a Long Beach local, and there she is. In addition to helping women gain wealth through real estate and being the co-creator of the Twice New Foundation, she is also the creator of the Long Beach Locals Facebook page, which is this amazing space to create positivity and build community. And she and her team work with local restaurants to provide food to people in need, which is just an incredible service that she's been doing. Hey, Crystal, thanks for meeting us for a drink. Hi.
Yeah, of course. What are you guys drinking?
Let's see if we can hear her. Crystal, can we hear you?
I can hear you guys. You can't hear me?
I don't know. So I'm going to, go ahead.
I can hear Crystal.
You can hear Crystal.
Sorry, Heather. Yeah, me and Crystal, we're going to chat it up.
Okay, then you guys keep talking, and I'll just interject based on what I hear you say. How about that?
I think it's beautiful. We'll try and figure it out. Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
So, Crystal, we have this fun drink that Champagne created for us. Local mixologist Champagne Jeroma created for us. We had some technical difficulties with her as well, and so we were lucky enough to have our ingredients, and we pre-mixed everything. And it's a fancy drink that's got pink things and I don't know. I can't even remember what it is, but there's a champagne floater on top of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's never too early for a champagne floater.
Never. No. It's a perfect day drink for sure. It's got a little garnish with lemon and lime and a raspberry too. So what are you drinking tonight, hon?
I am drinking a chocolate coconut stout, I believe.
Ooh.
It might just be a coconut stout. I'm not sure. It's from Long Beach Beer Lab. And
There's
it's
a champagne floater on top of it.
Put a champagne floater on it.
Hold on. We got a.
That was me.
Oh, that was Heather. Give a little feedback.
I was just looking on Facebook. You can see her and hear her. You just can't, I just can't. So keep on going. Talk amongst yourselves, and I'll just jump in where I can.
Great. So I actually went over to Dave and Carol Clark's house. Man, that's a tongue twister. To drop off some stuff for them. And Carol was telling me about the chocolatey at Long Beach Beer Lab. So we went to get that. They were actually sold out of it. And so instead we spent like $75 on other beers we didn't need. But
Perfect.
They are so delicious.
That sounds awesome. It's really interesting that you're drinking a beer tonight because we had talked about, what everyone's going to be drinking. And I was kind of jokingly saying, well, Crystal might not have the cocktail that we're going to have, but she could just be like, whatever, you guys, I'm a beer girl. So
here I am.
And look at that. Mm-hmm. There you are.
Cheers.
I love it. Yeah. Cheers. Indeed. Thanks for meeting us. This is awesome.
Yeah. So, thanks for inviting me.
Our pleasure. So you've been keeping yourself busy.
Doing my best. I think that I was just trying to channel my own anxiety into something that was more productive than walking circles around my house being stressed out.
Right.
I don't know if it's working, but
seeing how big our root system is, trying to decipher how long we've been in quarantine based on our root system. Yeah.
Totally. It's pretty wild.
We're killing it. We're doing a great job. It's all good. We're all part of the same club, so it's all good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, well, that's awesome. So I'm part of the Long Beach Locals Facebook page, and It's just a wealth of information, and it's such a great positive space to be in. So I just want to say thank you so much for creating a really positive space on Facebook. Thank you, because sometimes, Facebook can be a little bit of a Debbie Downer in times like this. And I don't blame
Keri, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just pure positivity all the time. It's just nothing but love. All I see, I never see any anger, hostility, judgment, no judgment.
A lot of respect all across the board.
Yeah. PCT, yes.
Informed opinions. Just a lot of things happen on Facebook.
I'm shocked to find out how many people are so much they're so educated in a lot of different ways that I didn't know about them previous to this experience. Like all of a sudden, a lot of people tend to have master's degrees in biology and constitutional rights. And, anyway, I digress. Thank you for creating Long Beach Locals page, and tell us what you're doing with restaurants and how that all kind of came about. It's like magic. I think someone online called you a unicorn today or yesterday. I would like to second that. Yes.
Well, thank you. I'll take it. So I before I started selling real estate, I was actually an event producer for years and years. I lived in LA. We lost Heather. Is she going to come back? Does it matter?
Yeah.
Should I keep talking?
Fine.
She'll be back eventually.
She'll be fine.
She'll get another drink.
Yeah, she's going to make another drink. Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. So I spent a lot of my career in event production in LA, and something that became so apparent as I was producing these kind of big budget events was how much waste was coming out of them, specifically food waste. And there was, this really kind of awful juxtaposition of opulence and like extreme opulence and then extreme poverty in Los Angeles, Long Beach, kind of in these places where we live. And so what I did is I actually quit my job and I started a nonprofit. And so the idea behind my nonprofit was to be a solution to event producers in Los Angeles specifically. So I would show up at the end of the event, we would pick up whatever was left over with food, furniture, kind of you name it, but anything that was still really useful, because the events industry is so disposable. The event ends and you're just trying to get out of there, so you're throwing away everything.
Totally.
And we for like 2.5 years we've been doing this, and we've been feeding thousands of people. We drop food off kind of all over Long Beach Rescue Mission, the Midnight Mission downtown, the Downtown Women's Shelter, kind of all those places. And then when COVID happened, the events industry came to a screeching halt. And so all of a sudden we didn't have a resource to collect that food anymore. And, and kind of no one understood what was going to actually happen with these stay-at-home orders. And, we were obviously sheltering in place in Long Beach. And so I started thinking, rather than thinking kind of on this macro scale, which is what we've done with our nonprofit, we need to think really, really locally. And we also need to figure out how to get more food. And so I was thinking how do I connect with people that are geographically very, very close to me, because this has to be an initiative that's bigger than I am. And so that was when the idea of creating a Facebook group came to me. And at this time, there was all these COVID groups popping up that was just so much negative, chaotic information. And so I was like, I want to start something that is a positive space that people can come find information. And also I live downtown. And so much of the magic of downtown Long Beach is all these small businesses, the restaurants, made, all these places. And right. I'm watching the things that they're posting on Facebook, and the kind of terror that's happening is no one really knows what was going on. And so that was really kind of the catalyst of how we got started. Is, I realized that I had some donations that we had in from Twice New. And so I'm like, we need to funnel money back into these small businesses, and we also need to feed people. And so it just seemed like a really kind of no-brainer thing to do, was to go buy food from these people, from right. these businesses that I love so much, and then go donate them to families that are hungry. And then from there, it's just kind of spiraled into what it is now.
It's so awesome. Hey, Heather has a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, we've got a question from Michelle Valencia. She says, Crystal, when is the Long Beach Local Zoom meeting going to happen? So Crystal, are you planning a Long Beach Local Zoom?
Yeah, so I had this kind of crazy idea that we would get as many people wanted to join on this Long Beach Local Zoom. And then I joined a Zoom that had like 42 people on it, and it was chaos. So I've been trying to figure out a way to organize it, and I'll be very honest, I haven't.
Did we just lose her?
Yeah, just give her a minute. We can still hear you though.
Oh, you can still hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Michelle, the point is I'm going to figure it out. Give me a minute and I promise it'll happen. Also, if anyone has suggestions on what to do on this Zoom, throw them at me. Just DM me on Facebook because I'll take all the help I can get in organizing that.
Awesome. I can imagine that it would be really, really tricky to organize a Zoom with more than, 5 people, much less 105 people.
I know some people have been doing these really large ones where there's 400, but then they have breakout rooms and they rotate every 10 minutes.
Oh, that's a great idea. Because the whole point is that everyone in this locals page is local, right? And so I'm trying to think of creative ways to get people to interact with each other. Because I think that's what we're all really craving in the space of this is, neighborly interaction. And so that could be really interesting to kind of break it out into smaller groups and have people get to know each other that way. And I also think there's an empathy that's created when you spend some time having a conversation with someone that will allow the group to kind of continue in this positive space, because it's harder to just start screaming at someone that you actually know and care about, Or
yeah, that's very true. And I think that that's a really good point. I think that sometimes the almost anonymity that people have online allows them to be a little more abrasive. And when you're looking at someone, you're less likely to be super judgy or rude. You're just less, certain people are definitely going to be rude in person because some people are just rude. But, I think that, having a face-to-face chat kind of limits the possibility or potential of rudeness. And so, yeah. So, Crystal, we lost your visual, unfortunately, but we can still hear you. So we're just going to keep pushing right through, pushing along.
Keep going, girl.
Doing our thing. Yeah.
We're good on the fly.
I know we try. We try and be good on the fly for sure. So, okay. So are there any restaurants that you're working with currently that you want to talk about? I know, I feel like I see a lot of posts where you're getting donations coming in. Is there anything specific that you are looking for with restaurants or any collaborations that you've got going on with restaurants right now?
Yeah, there's nothing really specific we're looking for. And I feel so fortunate in that we've had so many restaurants reach out to us. We were just at our bar yesterday and they donated 50 sack lunches that they made specifically for us to go pass out. And be over there is you can't not hug him. And so it was hard for me to be there and not do that. He's just such a kind man. And I think that sometimes when things like this, the problem seems so massive, right? That taking any action feels a bit futile. And so, I really encourage any restaurant that wants to get involved in any way, anything big or small, really makes all the difference. And at the same time, really recognizing that restaurants themselves are going through, a really challenging time. And that was kind of why we wanted to put money back into them. So my expectation is not at all that restaurants reach into their own pockets right now. But we have had some really wonderful collaboration opportunities come to us. So for instance, Michael's here downtown. We're going to kick something off on Friday. They actually purchased 50 of the Long Beach Locals hats, which are totally right now.
Someone was asking, someone in the group was in the group chat was asking about hats, and so I'm glad you brought that up. Also, just a little quick aside, what is the name of your nonprofit called? Twice New Foundation. So we're going to make sure to put a link up in the show notes about Twice New. So sorry to interrupt. Okay, so
twicenew.org, but I'll send you all the info.
Awesome. So you're working with Michael's downtown.
Yeah. So they purchased 50 hats. And like I said, we're totally sold out of the hats right now. And they're going to do a dinner offering. He's still kind of figuring out exactly what it is, but it's going to be, maybe like a big plate of lasagna, salad, tiramisu, kind of whatever. And they will charge, I believe it's $50 for it, but don't quote me on that. And the first 10 people that purchase that every day for 5 days will get a hat with purchase. And then we are going to use the money that we made from the hats and put it back into the restaurant to buy one of those meals every single day and donate that to a family that needs it. So it's kind of a whole circle of giving there.
That is so awesome. It's really incredible that you guys are able to do that. Yeah, that's really cool. Heather, have you been listening in? Have you heard about the Michaels collaboration and the hats and stuff? Those hats are really cute. I've been seeing them pop up online, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I know that I've seen people talk about wanting to high five each other when they see them with them on.
Which I love so much, of the idea of kind of creating this little club. We also had, so I knew you guys are friends with Ryan, Fourth Horseman.
Yes,
so
Ryan at the Fourth Horseman, yes.
Shannon and Tom at Long Beach Coffee and Tea, Jesse Smith at George's, Dakota at Little Vice. All of them have offered a discount for anyone that comes in and wearing the hats. So we're going to make little stickers that have the same logo as the hat on it, and put it in the window of all these stores. So anytime you see that sticker in a store window, you know that if you come in wearing your hat, you can get a little discount. So it's kind of fun to make people in this little club.
That's so cool. I definitely feel like being part of a little club like that is, I feel like that because I'm a KCRW member and I have a KCRW sticker on the back of my car. And so if I were to see a sticker, a Long Beach local sticker, I would be like, yes, that definitely I'm going in there. So
right.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone wants to feel like they're included in something, and if that something is rad people in your neighborhood that are focused on giving back to the community, even better.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Right. And what a better thing. There isn't anything, much better than getting together a group of people and getting a community inspired to give and to help other people in the community that are, just going through a hard time. I mean, I'm not going to say less fortunate, but I think that people struggle in a lot of different ways for a lot of different reasons. And it has nothing to do with fortune or luck or anything like that. It just has to do with circumstance. Right. And so,
totally.
so I think that it's nice to be able to rally the rest of the community, because a lot of times, we don't know how to help people until other people tell us how people need to be helped. Does that make sense? I don't know if that made sense, but yeah. So it's really nice to have someone or a group like yours and someone like you kind of just leading the charge, just kind of driving the train in the right direction, so that's awesome.
Yay. Thanks, girl.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's great. Okay. So, Long Beach Locals, what else do you have going on? What are you doing to get through the crazy, other than keeping yourself obviously giantly busy, with your nonprofit and managing your Facebook page and all this stuff? I mean, how do you treat yourself? How do you stay sane during this time?
Treat myself. Let's see.
Are you like a Netflix binge watcher, or are you someone who meditates, or what do you do?
No, I am definitely not someone who meditates.
No meditation.
I've had very little free time. I actually just opened escrow with a client of mine yesterday. So that's kind of compounding everything else that's happening. But I've been going skateboarding with my dog. I think that's my sanity.
What kind of a dog do you have, Crystal?
He's like a terrier mix-ish. I'm not exactly sure. He's adorable. I'll send you a picture of him. His name's Frankie.
And
cool. He loves it so much. And so we'll just get outside. And, the streets are a little bit less crowded these days. Yes. So it feels like I'm not risking my life every time we get outside, but that's what I try and do. I'm also rewatching Friday Night Lights. I can't believe I just admitted that to you guys.
Oh my God. I love Friday Night Lights. That is, we're like a kindred spirit because that's like one of my favorite shows. I should definitely rewatch it. Oh,
I mean, yeah, it's just like wholesome and nice, and I don't have to think too much about it.
yeah.
So, yeah, around like 8 o'clock, the TV comes on, and we do a couple of Friday Night Lights before we go to bed.
I love that. That's inspiring to me. I'm gonna have to think about that. Yeah, totally. Well, that's really cool. So it's nice. I feel like for me, kind of maintaining a little bit of a routine, like you said, around 8 o'clock is when you kind of try and wind down and throw on a show or something. And I think that's for me has been kind of important. I'm like a list maker, so I like schedules and like maintaining something. Yeah. So it sounds like you might be in the same boat.
Lists are stressful to me because I think it's just like a constant visual reminder of all the things I'm not doing. I really enjoy cooking, and so this has given me, life is so busy in general, but I mean, life was so much busier.
Yeah. So have you gotten on the sourdough bread train?
I have not. I really enjoy cooking, and I'm a horrible baker. I can follow no direction to save my life. Mm-hmm. And so anything that it needs to be that specific is, it's just a recipe for failure for me.
Yeah, I'm like a pinch of this and a dash of that, and like I'm not sure how I made my chili last time, but I'm just going to go with what I have in the cupboard, and
me too.
I don't bake. I leave the baking to Lori Gray at the Pie Bar. Like she's got a handle on that, and I let her be the expert on that one. So yeah, I'm fine with it.
I live walking distance to that place, which is quite dangerous.
Very dangerous for sure. I was just over there yesterday picking up some little cutie pies to tide us over. We got our bar actually for dinner last night, and I got I saw your post and I got inspired, and I was like, here we go, we're doing it. So yeah, we got the burger, we got a Cobb salad. I actually got we got a lot of stuff so that we could have some leftovers for today also, and. I got the fish appetizer, the like fish and chips appetizer. Oh my God. Yeah, it didn't even make it on the plate, honestly. It was just like standing at the counter, just like shoveling it in my face. It was delicious.
It's wild. I mean, like their food is outstanding. But it's always so, I love football. It is my guilty pleasure. Football season, like on a Sunday, you will find me at a sports bar always.
And who's your team? The
Rams, obviously. Is that a question?
Obviously.
Girl.
I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, and my husband is a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so we are also
myself.
We are football fans. So yeah, I got it. I got you. So I hear you.
I'm really hoping that by some miraculous divine intervention, we're all at our bar watching the opening game of football season.
That would be lovely. Well, gosh, Crystal, I'm really so excited that you were able to join us, and I really apologize for the technical difficulties that we were having, but it's been such a treat to talk with you and to learn more about the work that you're doing with your nonprofit. And I hope that all the Long Beach locals out there are going to sign up for the Long Beach Locals page so that they can stay connected and really give back to the community and help encourage the positive vibe that you've created out there. How about you tell us where people can find you online and find your organizations?
Sure. So Long Beach Locals is just a Facebook group, Long Beach Locals, super easy, should come up. I'm on Instagram. Do people care about that? At Crystal's Disco, Crystal with an S. Twice New is twicenew.org. And you can call me anytime. What else? But I'm a Scorpio. I like long walks on the beach.
Awesome. You are the best. Thanks so much for joining us, Crystal. We can't wait to talk to you again.
Yeah, girl. Have fun. Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Hey, Heather, welcome back. Sorry about
Hey.
the audio issues. Gosh, that was such a bummer.
Look, it's just part of this whole COVID world. It's the new normal.
I blame COVID for all of this, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
I was really thinking in the beginning it would take on a whole, like, why don't people, like, I love abbreviations, so I was waiting for everyone to say C19. And that never happened.
No, people were too busy arguing over data and stats to come up with something, like fun, like C19, Maybe you can start a new trend.
I'm just one of those people that just, like, look, there's a lot of things I don't like about various rules, ordinances, government, but I am a civil person and I just generally comply and want to be a good citizen and I want to make things nice. Like, I just don't want, I don't want anyone to be upset with anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. So you would consider yourself a rule follower?
No.
I know, that's really interesting because I don't think of you as a rule follower at all. I feel like
what I think that all laws and rules exist to be enforced.
Okay.
So I'm not a smoker, but I think it's really ridiculous that you can't smoke a cigarette on the beach. Like, I mean, if you can't smoke a cigarette on the beach, I mean, my heart goes out to smokers, but I feel like probably police are not enforcing this law unless they come across a group of people that they don't like for some reason or who are actually causing a problem, and then it gives them a reason to stop and talk to them and or cite them and or do more. So, and they're going to profile, unfortunately, and it's going to be based on, like punkers and thugs and hoodlums, and I won't go into all the other profiling that happens, but that too.
Yeah. Warriors.
Come out and play.
Just saying. I got you.
So, I mean, I think it's good to like when someone was posting in one of these like COVID arguments, like about questioning things. Yes, question everything. And I'm all for protesting, but there are different ways of protesting. Like, a single man can stand in front of a tank and it's very impactful. Other people can do sit-ins. Some people can be loud. Some people barricade themselves. Some people chain themselves to trees. There are a variety of ways to protest. And when we're at a stay-at-home situation and you want to protest against that, then maybe find another way to protest that's equally as impactful. Like, we weren't doing a talk show before COVID. I didn't have any effing time.
Totally. I hear you. For sure.
But I miss talking to you. I miss meeting you for a drink, and I miss seeing my friends, and I miss connecting with the world. And I feel like we both have a point of view, and we know enough people that we can invite on to guests that I think other people might not know that are fascinating. Like Crystal, I couldn't hear her, but I know she's fascinating.
She is fascinating. She's doing so much for the community, and I love that. I love that this has become a way to bring new drink choices, right? Like, I mean, obviously Heather's drink needs to match her hair. Dave, I got you. And it's really cool to see how some people, because not all of us have the energy and the time and the wherewithal to do what Crystal's doing. And God bless her for being the one who's inspired to do that and has the ability to transition, her existing nonprofit and to have the vision to make the change, to still continue to help people and to make it available for other people to reach out and help as well, which I think is really cool because, being guided, I was saying that earlier, like sometimes it just helps to be told, this is how you can help. These are the specific ways that you can help other people. I'm like, well, shit, there you go. That's all you got to tell me. Sign me up. Like, I'm going to, send a pizza to somebody, or I'm going to buy 5 meals to help deliver to somebody else or whatever. Like, that's a great thing. You know, we were talking about Rob Smith with Alley Cat Deliveries, and hopefully we'll have him on next week and we'll be able to chat with him. And he's been able to create a business out of this too, which helps people. And that's lovely. I will say this as far as like protesting goes.
But
you know,
Keri, who's going to help us? Who's going to help us with our social needs?
Our drinking. Who's going to help us drink, Heather? I want more drinks.
Keri, you and me, we're like Donnie and Marie.
A little bit country and a little bit rock and roll.
You're a little bit business, and I'm a little like, hey, can we party?
I know. I'm like, Heather, it's 6:27, and we need to wrap it up, okay? And you're like, let's just go. We need to keep drinking. I'm like, I got you. It's fine. I'm down. I'm totally down. This is a really good drink,
by the way, have Michelle film a video of her cocktail making, and I'm going to post it in our Meet Us for a Drink page. So hopefully we can get that up tomorrow or very soon. And then we'll perfect this by next week, and we'll get things better so that we have no problems. Because I think
I do not sign off on having no problems, because we're definitely going to have some problem. We just don't know what it is, and we'll just work through it, you know, and that's the best part. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it makes things interesting. It would be boring if it was perfect.
It would be totally boring if it was perfect.
Perfection is overrated. And by the way, when I used to wait tables and orders would take long, this was my line, Keri, I'm very proud of. You know, it would take, you know how things take a long time. You're like, where is my food? I ordered 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I would bring it, and I knew that they would be like frustrated. And I would say, it takes a while for perfection. It takes a while for
What was that? What? You want to try one more? And take 3. Go. It takes a while. And Heather Kern takes a while.
Sometimes you have to wait for perfection.
Nice. That's awesome. That reminds me, you're watching a lot of TV. You've seen the Liberty Mutual commercial? Liberty Bibbity.
Liberty. Oh, Liberty Bibbity.
Liberty Bibbity. I love that commercial.
Pay for what you need. Pay for what you need. I posted this week, I know every fucking commercial. I've watched so much TV. I know every commercial because there's 10 in rotation.
Yeah. I thought it was just me because because I don't have cable. I figured we were just getting inundated with the same 3 commercials over and over again because it's over the air and they can't. I don't know. I was just making stuff up in my head.
Well, they're all broke. I mean, they can't afford expensive commercials.
Well, it's because those idiots spend $1 bajillion on Super Bowl commercials. Like, what are you even, where? Hopefully we come out of this. Libbity bibbity. Thanks, Carol Clark.
Libbity bibbity.
Yeah, I love that. Hopefully we come out of this economic crisis.
Emu.
Oh my God. Limu, the email.
Ozempic.
Oh, don't even start with that.
Okay, wait. Can you?
This is my Ozempic face.
Can you meet me in the middle with your hand? Which way? Is it this way? Other way.
This way.
Okay, so take it down and ready?
Yeah.
Call Pal Electric. They'll fix it in a flash. Come on.
But that's what they do on the commercial, though. They're like, derp, derp, derp.
And it's one of those like, those like homemade commercials. They're very low budget, local commercials.
Yeah, they're like.
There was a show that's not on anymore. I think it was like one season. I think it was called Commercial Kings.
Oh my God. Okay.
And it was like some hipster guys, like some cool cats, and they made
perfect. You say cool cats.
Cool cats.
Cool cats. Hey.
It takes a while for perfection. They look it up on YouTube or something. It's called Commercial Kings, and they
cool cats and kitties.
They made commercials for businesses like car washes. They went to
Cal Worthington and his
Tonopah, this little town in Nevada, and they did these kind of like low budget cable, all access cable style commercials on purpose for people, and it is fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
Also, I don't know if you want next if people have never seen. Well, last year on Netflix there was Dark Tourist, and another thing that I loved. Mike, what was the show with the guy that traveled? Shit.
The guy that traveled with like Anthony Bourdain, Rick Steves.
No, Ricky Gervais, and it was like based on the guys from his podcast. What'd you say? What is it? Idiot Abroad. Oh my God. Tears. Tears.
That was a no makeup night.
It's Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and they send this very reluctant guy traveling who goes to the Great Wall of China, and he's like, I mean, they should just call it the okay wall. It's
I love
really,
Stephen Merchant.
really
He's awesome. That's right.
Okay, we're 2 minutes over. So Keri, tell everyone where they can find you.
So I'm a candle maker, and I can be found at ekpcreations.com. I can make your house smell really good and your home office smell even better.
But where can they find you? Like on
I'm at home. I'm in my living room. Oh, wait, you mean like online? You can go shopping on my website at ekpcreations.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at ekp_creations.com. And we ship and we do local LA and Orange County delivery. And also I offer curbside pickup from my Long Beach home on the porch. And I sing a lot. So yay.
You're the singing delivery person. And me, I mean, you can find me. You just look for the late, just say, hey, do you know that lady with the red hair or the pink hair? I mean, people know, and they'll tell you where to find me.
Yeah.
If you see me exercising, don't stop me. It's taking every bit of energy I have to walk at a tortoise speed. And if you stop me, I'm going to burn less calories is all I'm saying. I need this COVID-19 that's around my waist to become a COVID zero.
Don't we all, girl?
Otherwise, you can find me at Made by Millworks. It's a retail shop located on Pine Avenue. All we carry is local brands. That's how I met Keri. Right now, you can shop online at madebymillworks.com. You can find us on Instagram at Made by Millworks, Facebook at Made by
Perfection.
And then also Eleanor Drinkery, an uncommon drinkery for common people. It's a bar. We're not open right now. I don't know when we're going to be open, but we're really excited. And so find us on Instagram, Facebook, all those things. And Keri, you should show us some of your candles.
We have these brand new candle containers. These are all made out of 100% recycled glass, and they're gorgeous, by the way. But we do specialize in making, thanks, Dan. We specialize in making candles, scented soy candles out of repurposed wine and liquor bottles. And it's like absurd that I don't have anything near me made out of a wine bottle, but I make these beauties. And they're available on my website at ekpcreations.com, and they burn slow and they last
really
a long time.
And if you're stuck at home, it's a really great time to have these things. This is one of those like self-care things.
Oh, yes, it's so true. I'm just burning candles all day long, and I'm sure everybody else is too, you know. And hopefully you're burning mine.
I have a jigsaw puzzle I need to get to. So
seriously, right? I got more drinking to do. So
and you know, Housewives is on tonight. So my true love. So I got to get on to Housewives. So thanks for everyone for bearing with the technical difficulties. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, you guys.
You paid nothing, so
come and see us. Come and meet us for a drink next week. BYOB, and we'll be here next Wednesday at 5:30, and it's going to be fucking awesome.
All right, wait. I'm going to play some exit music, and then we're going to go. Let's see what I got here. I'm expecting you to dance.
Oh, I'm dancing already. I'm doing the Running Man in my chair. Oh, there you go. Yeah. TikTok. This is our TikTok.
It's a white girl dance.
Oh, so we're so white. Yeah, for sure. We got this. It's fine. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
See you later. Peace out.